Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Marco Polo back with you. Studies have shown that 68% of Americans say that they're living paycheck to paycheck, and 24% of Americans are spending greater than 95% of their income on basic necessities. Now, 68% paycheck to paycheck, that doesn't even include the people who wish they had a paycheck, the people who are let go from their jobs, laid off, fired for God knows whatever reason, or medical emergency, something happened, unable to get that paycheck. They slip through the cracks. And once you go on unemployment, you stay on unemployment for a while until you can get a new job or unemployment benefits expire. Then you are no longer counted as employed or unemployed. You're just kind of out in the wash. This is the new way that, we're keeping up with our employment numbers in the United States. It's been changed. It used to be true, unemployed versus employed. Now it's unemployed. And then once you don't collect unemployment anymore, well, you're no longer counted as unemployed, because why would we count that? So the true unemployment numbers are a heck of a lot larger than what's being reported, because there's people out there looking for work, and the job market, let me tell you right now, it's not very good. It's not very bright. Certain fields have higher demand because they require skills that not everybody has, or certifications, licensing. But other than that, it's hit or miss. It's a tough economy out here. A lot of our college graduates are coming straight out of school and into a job market that is dry as the desert. There's just not as much opportunity. And how many companies are looking right now for someone who's starting out and to mold that person? Or would they rather pay less and keep somebody who has lots of experience and pay them a wage that's smaller than what they should traditionally be making? And that's what's going on as well, too. They expect you to have such and such many years of experience, but to take the pay of an entry-level employee. And they're like, well, how about that? Doesn't that sound great? I say, no, it doesn't sound great, especially when everywhere we go, things are getting more expensive. It's more costly just to leave the house and go up the street. Literally, you need something to eat, you need something to drink. Damn, drinks are over $2, man, just for like a bottle of water, a soda, a juice. Good mercy, $3, $4. A small bag of chips, $2.50 for a little bag of chips. It's not even like the big bag. And when you do buy the big bag, you open it up and really you got a little bag on the inside, because there's not a lot in there. It's called shrinkflation, and we all know that it's a scam. It's such a scam, and people are not buying into that anymore. What used to be, good deal, they've shrinking, a lot of things and give you less for the same price, or even raise the price and still give you less. It's a scammy world we're living in right now, and we just got to deal with what we got to deal with. But folks, here we are, July 4th. We are 250 years old in the United States. That's a hell of an achievement. A lot has gone on in this country, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Right now we're going through a downtime, and not everybody is going through a downtime, but a majority of people are going through a downtime. I would say 68% at least, living paycheck to paycheck, can't make it if they don't get another paycheck. And then how many more percent can you add on top of that don't have a paycheck? 20? I don't know. I mean, just off the top of my head, we're looking at 80, 90% of people barely getting by. It's cruel. It's cruel what our government has done to us. I mean, by inflating away our money, that invisible wealth tax, that when, we were growing up, they told us, save your money, be smart, be wise, and put it in the bank. Well, if you did that, that was a big mistake, because they were inflating your money while it sat in that bank. It became smaller. The number might have, grown a little, but the number didn't mean what it used to mean when you first put it in there. That's the problem. That's the issue. Solutions? Well, we've always had to tighten the belt. We've always had hard times. Americans are, people of endurance. And I believe, the original spirit of, the American spirit and the American dream, it's a dream of prosperity. It's a dream of home ownership. It's a dream of, community. It's a dream of safety for, your family, and a dream of educating and, higher learning. A lot of these American dreams are just washed up. It's fugazi. It's fake, because people aren't able to own a home. Communities in the United States, it's a lot different than abroad. Abroad, people are outside. People are enjoying the outdoors. They're going to parks. They're hanging out by the streets, and not in a shady way. In the United States, when people are hanging out by the streets, you need to check where your wallet is, and maybe cross the street and walk in a different direction, because if there's a lot of people hanging out, a large percentage of the time, more than half the time, I would say those people are trouble. And it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. It's what we got. So mostly from what I see in middle America, people go inside their houses, they get on the internet, they get on the TV, and they just survive. Because going out somewhere and spending money one too many times will put you in the poorhouse, and you may not even be able to afford the house that you would want to retreat into. Big problems, right? So what we got here is a failure of a system, and things are even on their way to getting worse. We have socialism wanting to take hold in this country, and they're saying free stuff, equality for everyone. Well, I don't think it worked out too good in Cuba, Venezuela, in Russia, Soviet Union, I'll say. The communist China, the people are oppressed in China. And if we don't fix things here and not going in that direction, if we don't fix things here, we're going to be oppressed as well. And in some ways, we are oppressed. We're being oppressed using the paycheck. We're being oppressed with rules that are going far and above what the wealthy don't even have to pay attention to. They can break those rules all day long. The money talks. Well, the rest of us, we have to follow along, and we have to comply or face the consequences. And there's always consequences for any time you want to color outside the lines. And I'm not saying like major crimes and stuff like that, but a lot of things are rules in our, let's say, your tax system and in the books that you shouldn't even be there. Common sense says do what's right and don't do, wicked things. But our government thinks that, and a lot of our lawmakers think that they can go above and beyond and supersede and make a name for themselves by passing more bills and pork fat and just dirty legislation, backdoor money flowing back to them, back to their friends, family members, and ultimately keeping the wealthy wealthier and the rest of us working like hamsters on a wheel, running in place but not making any progress. I don't know. But what I'm getting at there, I'm proud of the United States for making it to 250 years. And here's to another 250 years. And eventually there's going to be some big events coming. Not quite sure what it is, but some of it's going to be very, very ugly. And some of it's going to, when that breaks, it's going to be very fantastic in my opinion. It's going to be a wonderful place to live eventually. But we got to get through the hard times to make it to the better. Anyways, if anything I'm saying resonates with you, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. My name is Marco Polo. I'm building this channel organically, and I would like your participation, help. Leave a comment below. What do you feel about, our 250th anniversary of the United States? A lot of people in the United States don't even feel good about the United States. Well, a lot of people outside the world, they have their opinions too, but their opinions are like, bungholes. Everybody's got one, and most of them stink. Anyways, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Take care. Marco Polo out.